Hello, hello, hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see ya. How's it going, everyone? Uncle Sam, how goes it this evening? DC Sports, BT Holt, Idol. What's going on, everyone? How goes it? CM Shank, Nox, awesome dude. Good to see you. Sethro Jenkins, Paranormal Activa, Wanderer. What's up, everyone? I am super excited. We finally get to play Ether Revolt, and oh man, this set is so awesome. I said going into this before I even got to play with it that I hadn't been this excited to brew with a set in a long time, maybe forever. Like, it's been a long time, and now that it's on Magic Online and I'm actually getting to brew with it, it is even better than I imagined. So, as you could probably tell, I had so much fun playing the budget list this week. Oh man, that was so much fun. The Paradox Engine deck, it is so awesome. So many salty opponents. Seriously, I think every single person I played against, they either were like amazed and thought the deck was so sweet and said it was awesome, or they were like salty and upset and and were mad about sitting through the turd. So that's awesome. The Against the Odds that's coming out tomorrow is super amazingly awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be great, and I'm already working on next week's Budget Magic list, which is another, I think, if this deck works out, gonna be another infinite combo list, and it is so good. So I am so excited. Oh, well, welcome, Craig Elliott Magic. Good to have first-timers. Welcome to the stream. So a reminder, before we get into this deck and all this other stuff, I'd like to see the updated Panharmonicon deck. Well, I love Panharmonicon, so it's very likely that we will be playing more of it at some point. Reminder, Thursday, normally we stream at 6 o'clock on Thursdays. This week we're streaming at 2 Eastern Time because I'm doing a special Frontier battle stream with Mrs. Mulligan. So we're each going to have like 3 Frontier decks, kind of battle the gauntlet of Frontier against each other. So if you've played Frontier or you're interested in Frontier and there's something you really want to see, make sure to let me know. Because I'm still trying to figure out what deck lists I'm going to play, and I have 3 of them to figure out. We have a new subscriber, Mr. Dynamite321. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So if you have any Frontier requests for the Frontier stream, make sure to let me know tonight so I can have them ready. I think I'm leaning towards, I know I want to play at least one Dig Through Time Paradox Engine. Yes, I do want to play Paradox Engine in every format, but I know I want to play at least one Dig Through Time Torrential Gear Hulk deck. So I'm pretty sold on doing that as one of my decks. I'm also interested in trying the Ensoul Artifact deck, especially since we have Tezzeret's Touch now, which I think will be sweet. Gives us like 8 Ensoul Artifacts. Char of the Flame, 4 months in a row. So excited to continue supporting the stream. Any chance could play some Super Friends on Commander Clash? Yes, I think Super Friends is a great idea. I would like to play that on Commander Clash. So welcome back, 4 months in a row. Thank you so much for the support. Big scoops here for our re-subscriber. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to play at least one Dig and Gear Hulk stream. Yes, we were talking about the Thursday stream with Mrs. Mulligan. Really excited for that because I haven't played a single match, a single game of Frontier. This will be my very first time ever playing it. MTG Goldfish was kind of just a random thing. I wasn't there at the very beginning, but I think the code name when Richard was building the site was Liliana, because it was during Innistrad and Richard really liked Liliana. But that didn't really work for the website, so it ended up switching to MTG Goldfish somehow. I did see Wedge's Mechanized Clues deck, and it's pretty sweet. Not as sweet as my Mechanized Clues deck, but No offense to Wedge. I love Wedge. I really like Wedge, but my mechanized clue deck will be coming out tomorrow on Against the Odds, and I think I like mine better. But we have some similar ideas. We did arrive at a lot of similar conclusions. Unfortunately for Wedge, he left out Part the Water Veil. You can't have a sweet deck without Part the Water Veil. So that's why my deck is slightly better. The deck is sweet though. I can't wait for this Against the Odds to release because this deck is super sweet. Anyway, let's do a couple more reminders. So, Thursday, 2 Eastern Time, we have the Goldfish stream against the literal fish, Mrs. Mulligan, known for her merfolk playing. So, the fish stream featuring Frontiers, so make sure to check that out. If you're looking for old streams, or if you can't catch the stream on Thursday because it's at a weird time, make sure to check out the Replay YouTube channel, subscribe to that so you can catch up on all the old streams, and of course the real YouTube channel. That's where the Against Odds will be coming out tomorrow. That's where Paradox Engine Budget Magic was released last night. And last but not least, if you're looking for another way to support the stream and the site, make sure to check out the merch page where we got tokens and t-shirts and playmats, new stuff being added all the time. We got the Ancestral Fishin' playmat in, featuring scoops in Ancestral Vision form, or Ancestral Recall form, so make sure to check that out. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited for this. Starfield is on my list of decks that I'd be interested in playing for the Frontier stream. Yeah, I know Strictly Better MTG. I saw Wedge's deck tech and people talking about Strictly Better MTG having one. So then I went back and watched Strictly Better MTG's one. His decks look sweet too. Still, no Part the Water Veil, so they are not perfect. Yeah, we had Wedge on for our anniversary podcast, Paradox Whispers, 2 months in a row. Love all the content, love the Paradox engine build. Awesome, have fun playing that, and thank you for the subscription. Big scoops here for our re-subscriber, Paradox Whispers. Yeah, the price went up on the budget deck a little bit, but it'll be coming back down, I believe. It usually does. The chat needs to be moved a little. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, awesome, dude. Let me see if I can, I can't make it, like, that's as far as it goes, but I can move it over a little bit. Because if I go up anymore, it's just, oh, there's one more message. There we go. I think that's about as good as it gets. Anyway, let's talk about this deck. Then we'll have more time to talk about, other stuff. As we are playing. So tonight, we are trying this crazy 4-color Revolt deck. I have no idea if it's going to work. I didn't think that Part the Water Veil was necessary in Paradox Engine because we win that turn, and we're winning with Aetherflux Reservoir, which cares about what we cast in that turn, so we really don't want to take another turn in the Paradox Engine deck for the most part. So that was kind of the reason that it wasn't in there. Joel102, 3 months in a row, welcome back to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber, or resubscriber that is. So this deck, it's got all the Revolt cards, and the basic idea is, and this idea is sweet, whether it works or not, I'm not sure. We have a ton of Revolt enablers at 1 mana. Unbridled Growth, we play it on a land, sack it, draw a card. On turn 2, trigger Revolt. Renegade Map, play it on turn 1, sack it, get a land on turn 2, trigger Revolt. Terrarion, same way, play it on turn 1, sack it for mana on turn 2, trigger Revolt. So we're all in on triggering Revolt on turn 2, and then our hope is to play multiple Hidden Herbalists, and then follow that up with maybe a Green Wheel Liberator as a 4/3, and just go on the beatdown plan. We can then back that up with Oath of Ajani, I guess, to make our creatures bigger, in Tameo to maybe draw some cards. Yeah, so are there enough payoffs in this deck? I don't know. I think this is an instant deck tech deck, so I didn't build it from scratch. I like a lot of these cards, and I like the Revolt payoff. I'm a little curious to see whether this is better than playing, like over the Renegade Ralliers, maybe playing some Nissas or something to pump up the team, or maybe Verdurous Gearhulk over Tamiyo. But I do like the card advantage part of this deck. Like Renegade Rallier, get back a Terrarion, draw another card, or Unbridled Growth. So it seems like we can kind of keep churning through our deck. I don't know if that'll actually work out or not, but it might. So the thing with Elephant is, and people also ask this about Evolving Wilds, the problem in this deck in specific is those cards can't trigger Revolt on turn 2. Like, that's the big problem, and that's what this deck is all about. The way this deck wins is making sure it can trigger Revolt on turn 2, and Evolving Wilds and the Elephant just can't do that because of how they're set up. They can trigger Revolt on turn 3 for 2 drops, but that's a little slower than what we want. So that's why it's not in this deck. It could work in other decks, but so this is the plan. This is what we're going with. Vengeful Rebel gives us some removal, value in Renegade Rallier. In the sideboard, we have some Gideons, some Negates, some Fatal Pushes. Since we are 4 colors, we get to play good sideboard cards from every color. Nissa, Vital Force. So we have a bunch of cards we can bring in like controlling matchups that kind of dominate the board. Oath of Ajani can come in alongside our Planeswalkers as ramp or just to pump up our team. Hope of Gurapur can protect us from a Wrath or something. And then just removal and counters. So this is what we're trying tonight. We'll see if it actually works. I'm excited to test it out because I really like the idea, but I still don't see what you use to win. Yeah, there's no big finish, awesome dude. It's pretty much, I mean, it's basically an aggro deck is what it's going for, but there's not really a big finisher. I guess Tamiyo or Gideon in the sideboard. Yes, Tracy King, I tend to agree with you. I think that might be more competitive to have Gideons in the main deck and have the Essence Flux, which looks a little strange in the sideboard, or not at all, but we'll see. We'll give it a run through, see what happens. I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited to test it out and see how it goes. So let's join a league, our first stream league in Ether Revolt. It is a pretty value deck, value heavy. And then since it's aggro, we might actually get done in time to play Momir, which would be sweet. With or without plan, 4 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Try this deck today. We'll have much fun playing it. Really happy that you've chosen to stream it today. Well, I'm excited to try it out. Oh, well, welcome, Nexus M5. Glad you made it. Yes, if we face bigger creatures, that might be a problem. Yeah, we haven't Momir'd in a minute, and we definitely are unlikely to Momir on Thursday because of the Frontier stream at the different time. We streamed in AER Draft League last stream, actually. So I don't know if we'll do another one. We have a new subscriber, Jay Portnoy. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. This hand, very enabler heavy, but some of our enablers cycle, I guess. We'll try this. Do I know Desolator Magic? I have heard of Desolator Magic. I do not know Desolator Magic, though. Well, I'm glad I can help you live vicariously in the Magic world. The Tominator 177, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Alright, let's just Renegade map. Pass the turn. Hopefully we draw into something to go with this Hidden Herbalist. Yeah, the budget magic went up in price a bit, but it usually comes back down, so hopefully it comes back down. Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad. Hidden Herbalist, it's a 2/2 that lets us, I guess, play Renegade map and Unbridled Growth afterwards. Alright, opponent has a Revolt Pacifist. And passes. We get another Essence Flux. Oh, more subscribers! 2 in a row. We have Holy Momir list. Sammy 16508, welcome to the Fishbowl, along with LR Dreaded, 2 months in a row. Welcome you both to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscribers. Another Essence Flux, eh? I think we're actually just gonna play an Unbridled Growth, play a Plains, play a Renegade map, and another subscriber, Spam Dude, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah, there are some really good uncommons in Ether Revolt. Yes, Essence Flux can make mana. It's also pretty sweet with Vengeful Rebel. Yeah, we don't gotta crack anything yet. There's a swamp. So let's crack Renegade map. Grab a blue source, I believe. What's the craziest or most unusual deck I've won a tournament with? I've played lots of crazy, unusual decks. As far as winning tournaments with them, that's another story. Let's Hidden Herbalist, make a couple mana. And then we can play the Swamp, and I think we just kill Revolt Pacifist here. Because then we can start blinking our Vengeful Rebel to mow down our opponent's stuff. There was a Blue-Green Spirit Wolf deck that 5-0'd. Yeah, I actually saw that list. It looked pretty sweet. Vivictus SC, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Alright, so Vengeful Rebel, take down the Pacifist, and pass the turn. These Essence Flux are going to be awesome if our Rebel lives. What are some of my catchphrases? You probably know better than I do. I just kind of talk, and then people say things back to me, like ship the turn and stuff like that. What's up, Richard? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Yes, so we actually have also coming up this week on Thursday, a special This or That edition with a special guest in Richard. Oh, no, not Vengeful Rebel. Really? Is that necessary, opponent? Well, we can draw with Unbridled Growth, and we probably will. Also, alright, opponent gets in for 2. How do we do this? Do we crack map now to thin our deck? Let's not. We draw Unbridled Growth, so sack Unbridled Growth, draw a card, Terrarion. That's awkward. So, Unbridled Growth, Terrarion. This deck. Oh, this deck is ridiculous. Let's get in. Oh. Alright. Down to 18. I mean, we get to draw extra cards, which is nice. And we can definitely sack this Renegade map to thin our deck, because we have so many Revolt triggers sitting around. Yeah, Y deck. I do like Y deck. That is one of my favorites too. Because it's always the deck's fault and not my fault. What's our opponent have? Another Pacifist. Alright, let's crack this map. Like a Tamiya would be a sweet one to find. We will grab a forest, I guess. Another land. Well, let's sack Unbridled Growth. This deck. Alright, sack Terrarion. Add a couple mana. Not that we're going to do anything with it. Let's draw something. Tamiya or Rebel or something. Ooh. Oh. Guess I should have tapped differently. Well, play Terrarion. Alright. This is a sweet combo. Renegade Rallier and... Next turn's gonna be sweet. Is it gonna work? I don't know, but it's gonna be sweet. We can get back multiple things. I guess maybe I should have floated white mana there. Let's pass the turn. I don't know. I don't know what we would have drawn, else we could have drawn there. Maybe floating right would have been correct, though. Opponent has a Nissa, going to pump up the Dorks, which is kind of bad. Now they can attack with both. Gets in 4/4. Okay, we take it. Opponent passes. Ooh, Vengeful Rebel. That doesn't kill... Huh. How do we want to do this? This is so strange. Alright, well, first let's play the Forest. Attack Hidden Herbalist. Or attack with Hidden Herbalist. We're not losing to the 4/4. It's not happening. Yeah, we can blink Vengeful Rebel a bunch of times. So, kill Nissa, step 1. Alright, sack Terrarion. Add black, green. See what we draw. Oath of a Johnny. Alright, I guess we... I really want to play this Renegade Rallier, though. We could just kill our opponent's board. I guess that's best. So, Vengeful Rebel. This combo. Vengeful Rebel. Kill Selfless Spirit. I guess we can just wait and get back like an Unbridled Growth or something. That's probably fine. This deck is a little ridiculous. Yeah, this is kind of like Ether Revolt Limited. Alright, they sack the Selfless Spirit. Alright, so I think we're just going to Renegade Rallier here. Our opponent's only got one creature. It's not going to kill us. So let's just Rallier. Next turn we can do other things. Rallier can get back Unbridled Growth to draw another card. Combo. Anguished Unmaking. Sure. Opponent's down to 15. So we will get back Unbridled Growth. Put it on a Forest. And then we can just like combo off. Yeah, this does look like the Nut Limited deck. Yes, Richard joins me for a very special episode of This or That this week. Opponent has Scrap Heap Scrounger, not especially scary. We have Wombo Combo set up. Opponent gets in for 4, sure. Alright, what do we draw? Evolving Wilds. Well, let's sack Unbridled Growth. More Essence Flux. Play a land. Essence Flux. Alright, let's just attack with both. Hit our opponent. Pass the turn. Pacifist flips. Opponent's down to 10, so we're getting pretty close. We can crack this Evolving Wilds to trigger Revolt on our opponent's turn. And then we're just going to like Blink Rallier, and it should be pretty good. So opponent goes to combat, attacks, leaves back the Scrounger. Alright, so crack Evolving Wilds. Yeah, I still want to thin our deck, though. Technically, we don't have to crack it. You are right, but let's, Essence Flux, Renegade Rallier. Get back a Unbridled Growth. Oh, so good. We will equip it to our land. That gives us another blue source. Now we block this thing. And Essence Flux, our Renegade Rallier. Get back an Unbridled Growth. Oh. Put it on a land. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't attack with Scrap Heap Scrounger. That was an odd choice. We could still use like a Tameo or something, or more removal. So this thing flips because we cast a million spells. Blooming Marsh, not great. Well, crack this. Ooh, another Renegade Rallier. Okay. White, green, and white, green, and white. Cast Renegade Rallier. Get back Unbridled Growth. Put Unbridled Growth on our swamp. We better leave. We better just get in for 3. Get in for 3. Alright, opponent's gonna make a 1/1. I think we're kinda actually getting here. Solemn Recruit could be a good addition. So opponent makes a 1/1. Is this for chump blocking? Opponent jumps. Yup. Now play Blooming Marsh. Pass the turn. We still got an Essence Flux to keep comboing off. It is way more fun than I imagined. Oh, that's big. That could be deadly at some point. We don't really have a flyer or removal. Tameo would be nice. Well, let's see what our opponent does. Goes attacking. So, block Pacifist. Essence Flux. Get back Terrarion. We are out of Essence Flux. Opponent passes. Come on, good draws. That's a land. So let's start by sacking Unbridled Growth to draw a card. Sylvan Advocate. Now let's sack Unbridled Growth. Draw a something good. Another Rallier. Drake and Vulture. Hey Seth, keep up the amazing content. Well, thank you for the subscription. Definitely appreciate the support. Big scoops here for our resubscriber. We still have to make sure we don't lose to Heart of Kirin, which is not guaranteed at the moment. That is a problem. So 1, 2, let's sack Terrarion, add green, white. I don't know how we really make sure we don't die, though, because we don't really have removal. If they have, like, Nissa to pump this up, That would be bad. That's a plains. Okay, so Renegade Rallier. Get back on Bridal Growth. Yup. We will put it on our island, I guess. Play a Sylvan Advocate. Play a Plains. Play Oath of Ajani. Pump up the team. Do some attacking. Oh, this is so close. Yeah, our opponent can block with Heart of Kirin, but we can attack with our 2 Renegade Ralliers and put our opponent to 1. Or make them trade in their Heart of Kirin. Alright, so if they can't pump up Heart of Kirin, we should be able to win next turn. If they can pump it up, we're in trouble. How could I have used Oath twice, though? Like, how would I get Oath in the graveyard? Well, we're not dead yet. We're dead to like a Nissa, but we're not dead on board. Because Heart of Kirin's only 4, and we're at 5. And we can block anything else our opponent attacks with. Oh yeah, if we had another Oath. We only have 1 Oath in our deck, though. There's Heart of Kirin. Opponent goes attacking. Well, let's block. What? What is happening? Alright, Archangel Avacyn. I think we still win, though. We dropped to 1. Swing with everything. Whoo! And I think that does it. We got there. Comboing off with Renegade Ralliers. That was pretty awesome. And our bonus scoops it up. That was a lot more fun than I would have imagined. Oh, that was so sweet. You know how many cards we drew with Renegade Rallier? Our opponent has 44 cards left. We have 31. We drew so many cards. Well, Fatal Push seems good against our opponent's deck. That kills a lot of stuff. Yeah, we are 0-0, up a game in the match. I should see if I could pull the record up. Let's see here. I switched over to a different OBS for recording, and I thought I had it all set up, but maybe I forgot the record. So what are we playing? 4-color Revolt, and we are 0-0. There we go. Record achieved. So what else do we want in the sideboard, boys and girls? Yeah, this deck is a lot more fun than I thought. So is Herbalist really worth it? I don't know. I mean, it can do some really explosive things if we have multiples on turn 2, but is it great overall? I'm not 100% sure. Revolt is just whenever something leaves the battlefield. So Essence Flux, for example, triggers it. Yeah, Gideon is always good. That's true. What do we not want, though? That actually went pretty good. Like, what's bad? I mean, I guess we can go down Hidden Herbalist. But that's like the whole plan of our deck. Do we really just want to try to be like green-white tokens? I mean, I think Fatal Push is good because of Heart of Kirin, so I really want that. I don't think Greenbelt Rampager works with the turn 2 Revolt plan. Maybe we just trim stuff, like go down a Renegade map. Go down a Hidden Herbalist and Essence Flux, something like that. Hey, we won that one, Tracy King, and that was pretty sweet. Is Selfless Spirit good? Yeah, I think Selfless Spirit's good. I think we need it for Avacyn blowouts. Oh, no Identity Thief. Please, no. Anything but Identity Thief. I guess this is what our hands look like. We can start rallying, which is good, I guess. Canopy Vista for our opponent. Oh, there's a Liberator, too. Evolving Wilds, go. We just trimmed a couple of little things here and there. Scrappy Scrounger for our opponent. Let's crack Evolving Wilds. Get a... Plains? Yeah, get a Blades. Blooming Marsh. They'll play Blooming Marsh. Play Unbridled Growth. Play Renegade Map. And Pestered. Our Green Whale Liberator. Yeah, maybe it would have been better to map on turn 1 and hold off on the tap land. We wouldn't be able to get through the Scrap Heap Scrounger anyway, or we wouldn't be able to block it anyway, but there's a Nissa for our opponent. Makes a 1/1. Gets in 4/3. Is 5 color any good? Oh man, we're getting our fluxes. Well, let's just sack Unbridled Growth, draw a card. Play a Sanctum. Play Renegade Rallier, get back Unbridled Growth. Combo. Put it on our plains, Pestered. Yeah, we only have 2 fluxes in after sideboarding, so we are at maximum flux. Yeah, there are a lot of choices and a lot of card advantage, especially for an aggressive deck. Thanks for those, Stephen Bear. Wow, Declaration in Stone on Renegade Rallier. That gives us a clue that we can sack for... another Revolt trigger. So opponent gets in, down to 12. There's a Vengeful Rebel, which is pretty solid. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna kill everything. So let's sack the map. Search out a land. Vengeful Rebel Essence Flux is pretty sweet. Blue, black, white... I guess we'll just get another blue source for Essence Flux. Play the island. Play Vengeful Rebel. Kill Scrap Heap Scrounger. And then Essence... Actually, let's not even do that now. Let's just pass. Pass and leave up Essence Flux. Pass a turn. Ozerthor, no, I don't believe so. I remember you mentioning it, but I don't remember actually getting them. Well, what's our opponent have? There's a Gideon. Yikes. Makes a 2/2. That is a problem. Well, let's Essence Flux now so we can kill this knight and start attacking, hopefully. Not that we're really going to get through our opponent's stuff. Fatal Push. Okay, so sack Unbridled Growth, draw a card. Sanctum, not exciting. So play a forest, attack the Gideon. Opponent's likely gonna chump. Yeah, opponent chumps. So play Green Wheel Liberator. Play Sylvan Advocate. And pass the turn. I don't think Identity Thief would be great. Saffron Olive at mtggoldfish.com. That's right. I don't know why I haven't seen them. I could imagine this getting stonewalled and outclassed. We only have 2 Sylvan Advocates. Which, I don't know. We have so many 2-drops in this deck. I think that's the reason. I don't know how we're going to get through these Planeswalkers, though. That is a major concern here. Our stuff is big, but I don't know how we just kill these Planeswalkers. Whoa! Opponent is going aggro with the Gideon. Okay, sure. We will take the beats. Opponent passes. We get another land. Well, let's play Sanctum. Send everything at Nissa. Is our opponent slow rolling something? We don't have any creature lands either, unfortunately. To make this deck budget, you really need to get rid of Selfless Spirit and Gideon. I think you can make a mono green version, or maybe green white, but I could see a mono green version being pretty good. Alright, opponent blocks and blocks. We have a new subscriber, Duncan the Tail. Or Tall, rather. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Uh-oh. Stasis Snare. That's kind of bad. Well, let's crack this clue. Maybe we should have brought in negates. Oh, good old Hidden Herbalist. What are they snaring? Sylvan Advocate. Well, this isn't great, but let's keep it alive. With an Essence Flux. Kill the plants. Play Hidden Herbalist for no real value. Just a 2/2. Yeah, Hidden Herbalist is really only good exactly on turn 2. We do have Selfless Spirit in this deck. Basker Mastery? Welcome back, Roberti. How goes it? Oh, these Planeswalkers are so problematic for our deck. We just can't get through them. We have a good board state, and this deck is sweet, but those Planeswalkers are very challenging. So this is actually closer to green-white tokens than anything else, I think. Might have to bring in negates. That might be the solution. They do have apparently a lot of Planeswalkers. Alright, Ozerthorn, I will make sure to look for it. And we have not seen a Tameo. Tameo would also be sweet. What else does our opponent have? Removal? 4 mana. Quarantine Field, X1. Takes out the Advocate. Well, I think we get to kill a Gideon here with Fatal Push. We draw a Green Wheel Liberator. We don't have a Revolt trigger, though. Alright, so kill the knight ally. Send everything at Gideon. I think Gideon is the more problematic of the two. So Gideon down. Alright, play the Swamp Pass. I don't really want to run Liberator out there as just a 2-1. That feels so bad. Well, we got through one Gideon. Oh, did I say Gideon? Yeah, that's what I meant, is kill the token and then attack Gideon. Alright, opponent passes. Well, send everything at Nissa. After the last video, I really want to see you build Identity Thief deck, but I don't want to see such a majestic deck. I want to watch you play it. Well, I will have to think about that. Shady Shrek, 3 months in a row with the whoop whoop. Welcome back to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber, resubscriber. All right, we'll run out Herbalist for whatever reason. Hopefully, man, if we actually get through this Nissa, then we might be in business. Our opponent does have 5 cards in hand, and we aren't comboing off very quickly, but they must have expensive things. There's a Fatal Push. I think we're going to hold that for now. Let's just slam everything at Nissa. Do we get it? Is Nissa finally gone? Sean is a hero. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Well, all that stuff I was saying about not getting planeswalkers off the battlefield, just kidding. It just happened. Although now our opponent can start playing Avacins, they gotta have like a handful of Avacins, which are pretty bad for us. We drew another land. Well, play the land. We gotta slam. We don't have a choice. There's the Avacyn. Plant, indestructible. Opponent gets to do some blocking. We get in for what, 5? That's not that much. Fatal Push does not get Avacyn. We've also kind of just flooded out. We're only a 20 land deck. So 8 lands is kind of a bit. Pulled a foil inspiring statuary. Please tell me it's going to be the breakout card at the Pro Tour for value. I really like that card. That's my pick for one of the breakout cards at the Pro Tour. I think it's very good. There's Avacyn. I'm expecting that we're just like dead. But there's not much we can do about it. We're down to 3, which is Avacyn flip kills us territory. Another Nissa. Makes a plant. Yeah, now we can't. What can we even. Ooh. Jeez, so close. The problem is if a plant dies, then we die. And there's nothing we can do about it. Huh. Well, we finally found a Tameo. I mean, we could tap Avacyn, but we can't attack. Whenever a non-angel dies, transform Avacyn, then we just die. Non-angel, it says. Well, I don't see where it says non-token. I don't see the token line on there, unfortunately, so I think we're just dead. Yeah. Non-token would have been nice, but... Alright. Well, maybe we bring in negates. Our opponent has a lot of non-creature spells. We do want to be aggressive, though. Oh, maybe it's just Gideon's. What do we go down? Do we just go down the Hidden Herbalist? But then how do we... Alright. Go up the negates. And then maybe I would like Gideons, but I don't know how to make Gideons fit in this deck. Yeah, I guess we can go to 2 Fatal Pushes. Alright, awesome, dude. Good plan. We can go down a Tameo. 3 Tameos is kind of a lot. Maybe like this. 2 Tameos, 3 Gideons, 2 pushes, go down 1 Selfless Spirit. We already are down 1 Essence Flux. I kind of like Essence Flux. Might just try it like this. I don't know about taking out Hidden Herbalist, but let's try it like this. We didn't really get our value engine going that time. I think the Oath is slightly better now that we're bringing in a bunch of Planeswalkers. I'm assuming. Essence Flux is only your creatures, yeah. Well, okay. We have the Planeswalker hand. Our mana's awkward, but we have Super Friends, hand. This deck is not budget. What's up, Ozzy? Let's just play Sanctum. If we draw right, we might want to Renegade Rallier to get back the Evolving Wilds. Yes, there is a playlist. Alright, Concealed Courtyard for our opponent. Well, command lands or cantrips. Well, let's play Swamp, pass the turn. Negate's not horrible, unless we just get run over instantly by our opponent's stuff. Tap land for our opponent. And passes. Well, let's play Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. So at least we can get down a Tameo next turn, worst case. Well, what's our opponent have? If it's a Nissa, we're going to snap off the counter, I think. Yeah, let's counter it. And we'll sack this, get white mana. Vengeful Rebel, no real action. Well, I don't know what Tameo's doing here, but we might as well play it. And pestered. Come on, no Gideon for our opponent. I have a sweet Teamer Virtuoso list with Gonti's Aetherheart. That sounds really fun. There's the land. There's the Gideon. Of course. Come on, Revolt trigger. Terrarian's not a Revolt trigger until next turn. I guess that's what we gotta do then. Tap down that stuff. Play Terrarion. Oh, what do we do? Next turn we can Gideon, so I think we gotta get a threat out. I think we just play Renegade Rallier here. Pass the turn. Tameo's ult is insane. We draw 3 and get an emblem where we get to cast everything for free. Pretty unbeatable. Another land for our opponent. Makes a 2/2. And, oh, big Nissa. Good lord. Well, our opponent's hand is even better than ours when it comes to being super friends. I think we're in a lot of trouble now. Opponent attacks. I guess we chump to keep Renegade Rallier alive. Yeah, we're just getting outclassed here. So sack this, add white, white. Draw a card. It's a plains. Well, plains. Vengeful Rebel. Kill a token. Sylvan Advocate. Pump up Tameo. I guess on our creatures? Pass the turn. Yeah, I think this is all we could really do. But I feel like we are in pretty rough shape. Our opponent had just the Planeswalker curve. Nissa on 3, Gideon on 4, Nissa on 5. And, oh my goodness. And that was after mulliganing. So that was just like quite the mulligan hand for our opponent to have the Planeswalker nut curve. Fires up the Concealed Courtyard. And now we're back to, I just don't know how we're going to be able to kill our opponent's stuff. Ever. And now we're getting beat down by the Gideon. Going at Tameo. Not going at Tameo. Going at Tameo. Oh, do they have Stasis Snare too? What's happening here? Oh. No land. Oh, boy. Well, we can take up Tameo. Yeah, the push isn't bad. Go in at Nissa. Hit Nissa. We get to draw a card. Renegade Rallier, but no Revolt trigger. Alright, let's pass the turn. Yeah, that's what happened. The Gideon damage got prevented. We could use a Revolt trigger. We're probably going to have to kill the next land with Fatal Push. Yep, here's the land. Going at Tameo. Going at us. Well, kill the land. Opponent also has a Fatal Push. Alright, so Tameo down. Oh, awesome! Neithiana? Oh, yeah. Well, there's some inherent inconsistency in this deck. Like, we have, what, 20 enablers or something? And when we don't have one, our deck is so bad. Like, Renegade Rallier is just a 3-2 is so incredibly bad. I think it's time to scoop it up. See you, your Uncle Sam. I don't think we have a way of getting back in this game. I mean, I guess we can play a Renegade Rallier. I won't literally scoop, but I don't think we can win from here. It was awesome the first game that we played, but it's bad when we don't have an enabler, which is where we're at right now. Like, if we had any of our enablers, this turn would have been pretty sweet. We would have Renegade Rallier, got back Sylvan Advocate, or got back something, possibly another Renegade Rallier. Alright, that's it. We can't live from here. Well, off to a interesting start. 0-1 in an incredibly long match. Not sure. So the deck seemed insanely fun and awesome in Game 1, and then Game 2s and 3 were much less fun than our other ones. It really felt like we were having a hard time to... Yeah, there's not really any way to use the clock there. We're just too low. So this hand is a nice mix of enablers and payoffs to some extent. So this could work. I mean, if I thought there was a chance we were going to play through the game, I would have not scooped. I wouldn't have tried to manipulate the clock, but we were dead the next turn, and we didn't really have anything we could draw, so there's not really any reason to keep playing there from what I can tell. There's a Wandering Fumarole for our opponent. Well, Sanctum, and let's just lead on Renegade map. Pestern. I don't know what our answers are to Saheeli Rai combo in the main deck. Island for our opponent. Well, Blooming Marsh. Unbridled Growth. And Pestern. Squeaking Squash, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Opponent anticipates, so this looks like Jeskai Control, Jeskai Saheeli, something like that. Opponent did find their land. Well, we get to start generating some Renegade Rallier value, so sacrifice Unbridled Growth, draw a Selfless Spirit, play a Plains, Renegade Rallier, get back Unbridled Growth, combo. It's a combo. And see what our opponent can do. We finally drew a Selfless Spirit, which should be pretty good in a control matchup. Was watching someone play Frontier a week ago. They lost pretty spectacularly to Jeskai Ascendancy Cryptolithrites. Ooh, that sounds pretty spicy. I will have to look that up. Sanctum. Alright, so I think what we got to do here is crack the map, get a Plains. I think we just got to kill Saheeli. So get a Plains, play the Plains, play Selfless Spirit, play Oath of Ajani, pumps up the Rallier enough that we can just take out Saheeli. And now at least we're not in danger of just dying next turn randomly. So that's not bad. We don't have any Gideons in the main deck. Gideons are all in the sideboard. We don't have any double white cards in the main deck. That's awkward. Well, let's attack with everything. Emulating Glare. Well, let's let's sack Unbridled Growth, see what we draw. Renegade map. I'm starting to have my doubts about this deck. Play a Vengeful Rebel. Whoa, that's not what I was trying to do. Play a Vengeful Rebel. Master Howl, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Sanctum and go. This deck needs a Woodland Wanderer. Woodland Wanderer could be pretty sweet. There's the Felidar Guardian for our opponent. Yikes. Yeah, gets another energy, so they are Saheeli away from winning, and we don't really have an answer. Sylvan Advocate. Well, attack with everything. I guess they don't know that we don't have an answer, so we just, like, hope that they maybe don't go for it. Play a Sylvan Advocate. Play a Sanctum. X3000, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for a new subscriber. Yeah, this is a list from a very small Japanese tournament. So it performed well, but the tournament was very small. So, all right, good game. So it was very small, so it's hard to really read much into it. I thought it looked cool, and it's worth talking about because of that. But as far as how great it is, hard to say, just because the tournament size is so small. We probably want to do a lot of sideboarding here. I think we probably got to go down Hidden Herbalists. Essence Flux actually seems good against removal. Go up all of our Planeswalkers, hopefully, to actually be able to compete with what our opponent's doing. You probably got to go down Vengeful Rebel. Just, I don't think there's going to be targets. Like, what are we going to kill with it? Well, I mean, I wasn't giving up easily there. That was game over. The idea is definitely cool. We have a new subscriber, Bullbags. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Never take out Herbalists in the deck. Never. I mean, it is our nut draw, but I don't even know if it's good in a control matchup. Like, I don't know if the nut draw is good in this. Like, I guess we could have, like, 3 in our hand on the play and it would be good. I don't know if Gurapur is good enough because it doesn't really stop all of the combo. It just stops Saheeli. And so if our opponent plays a Saheeli, they can still combo off with Felidar Guardian. Maybe just go down a couple of our random Terrarions. Maybe something like this. Well, it's not that super aggro's bad against control. It's that we're just... I don't know if just hoping to get lucky is a legitimate plan in this matchup. Would I play a MTG D&D? You should talk to Tomer about that. Tomer is the D&D person, and he would be interested in it. I know Tomer would love to do an MTG D&D. I think Tomer has written MTG D&Ds. I don't know much about D&D. I don't know how you write them, but something, are they adventures or something? But, so talk to Tomer. I don't think I would be good at role-playing. That's just not really, I don't know. For some reason, that's just not something I've really done or really interested in, but I know Tomer would be. What's my secret to remaining chill? I don't know. I think I'm just generally a chill person. Like, if you talk to people in I don't know, my real life or the real world. I think that that's the same thing that I've gotten those comments in real life as well. That's just like my personality. That I'm just a very chill, happy kind of person in general. So it's not just like my magic thing. That's just like who I am in general as a human being. So I guess I'm just lucky. I would much rather be chill than being angry and stressed out all the time. Seems like the better of the two, if you had to pick. Well, I guess we just keep playing Unbridled Growths. We do have Gideon's, which is a pretty fast clock. Do I do sports just to be balanced? I do. I used to play basketball a lot. I still play pickup to a little bit. A couple of my younger brothers are big into basketball, so I go to their games and do that. All right, let's see. Let's sack Unbridled Growth, but I still do play pickup games on occasion and so forth. Renegade Rallier. Get back Unbridled Growth. And Pestern. Fatal Push is pretty key here. And I also enjoy football. Like watching football. Opponent anticipates. What is something that makes me angry? I'm not sure. There's things that I don't like and that make me angry, but I don't know. I don't like freak out and get, I don't know, upset and vocally disturbed and stuff. Selfless Spirit. I think we gotta sack one of these to try to find a land, maybe? Well, Greenwheel Liberator is kind of big. So let's get in with our Renegade Rallier. And then play Greenwheel Liberator. And Pestern. What's our opponent have? Okay. Can't really stop that. Harness Lightning takes down our Greenwheel Liberator. Oh my goodness. And Shocks. Do I have an all-time favorite against the odds? Come on, no Saheeli here. Oh, double removal spells and Saheeli. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me, world. And a tap land. Well, I guess we play a Selfless Spirit. I don't know if I really have a favorite against the odds. I like a lot of them. Tap for mana before you sack them. That makes sense if you know what you want. Like if we're trying to cast a Fatal Push off our green source, that is a good reminder. What's my opinion of standard so far? It is awesome for brewing. Is it going to be insane on a tournament level? Or will it just devolve into a couple of decks? I'm not sure on that, but for me, it's been awesome, and I'm very happy with it. Like, there's tons of really sweet, fun decks I can play, and that makes me happy. I think the Pro Tour is actually before the Super Bowl, so I will be watching both, but they are on the same day. Do I still have long hair? Yes, I do. I love Energy Fog, too. That was a fun one. So we can slam Gideon here, but then we lose to a counter or a lot of things. If we, well, we can't Gideon and hold up push. We only have 4 lands. I think we gotta pass. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, Pro Tour starts super early, so it should be wrapped up before the Super Bowl. Opponent's Cries to the top. Renegade map. Alright. Well, next turn we can Gideon and hold up push, which might be good enough. Opponent gets an energy and passes. Well, crack map, get a land, a plains, play the plains, play a Gideon, expecting it to get countered. We still lose to Felidare Guardian plus, opponent has disallow. Felidare Guardian plus a counter spell still gets us. Will I show my face on camera? Maybe someday. So Healy's ultimate's pretty bad. You get to search for 3 artifacts with different names, shuffle, and put them onto the battlefield. There's the Felidare Guardian. Going to blink Saheeli Rai. We'll let that go. Opponent goes to copy. Well, sack Unbridled Growth, draw a card. Does our opponent have the negate or the dispel? Yup. Alright. Fair enough. Hopefully it's done. Hopefully it's done before the Super Bowl. It'll be done for me before the Super Bowl, I think. If it goes, I don't think it can go from 4 in the morning till 6 at night my time. Yeah, I mean, the Ultimate could do some cool things if you build around it, but most of the decks in Standard aren't really built with the idea that they're going to take advantage of it. We're in the middle of a league, so we can't really just stop. That's not how leagues work, unfortunately. Saheeli cat combo is so stupid. I don't know why Wizards did that. I definitely expect that it is very high on the ban watch list, essentially. Yeah, I believe 4 a.m. Eastern time is when it starts. Adam Wise, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. And all right, we will keep. Let's see if we can turn it around. We're only in round 3. We still have time to turn this around. Maybe sneak out a treasure chest. You never know. It could happen. Blooming Marsh for our opponent. Sylvan Advocate. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this deck is just not very competitive. I guess that's a possibility. Any chance that rough drafts will come back? There's a chance that we get some episodes, but coming back full-time every week is not super likely at the moment. Oh, no. Is this... Okay, Walking Ballista. That is less scary than a Winding Constrictor. Winding Constrictor makes this deck super scary. Well, play a forest, sack Terrarion. Hopefully we draw a land, add green white, draw a card, and Green Wheel Liberator, pass the turn. So how much did Paradox Engine spike in price? I'm actually not sure. Yeah, the black-green counter snake deck is actually pretty good. Why did I stop rough drafts? Mostly just an issue of time, working on other things, and didn't have the time to draft and edit and write a limited article every week on top of everything else. Is there a non-budget version of the Paradox Engine deck from videos yesterday? Not really. All right, see you, Drake and Vulture. Thanks for hanging out. Remember, early stream next week. So I don't really have a full non-budget version. And Traverse the Ulenwald for a land. But I did have some ideas or suggestions in the article. So if you're interested, make sure to check that out. Yikes. Our mana is pretty bad here. Lots of white cards, lots of black cards, lots of not being able to cast them. Big Levo, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So that's a possibility of having someone else do rough drafts. That is something that could happen. So that's actually the most likely way, at least for the immediate future that rough drafts could come back as a every week series would be if I found someone else to do it. Our opponent does get Delirium. Come on, deck, give us lands of other colors. Oh, man. All right. All right. What's up, Stu? Can I post the core cards for the budget list next time so I can get it before they spike? The problem is that wouldn't actually work. If I posted them early, then the people that speculate would just buy them early. So the best way I figured or found to handle it so far is just not to tell anyone what the decks are and try to keep it under wraps. Because I know there are people that like monitor my deck list and stuff like that. So I try not to spoil it early. I keep all the decks for Budget Magic set on private so people can't see them till the article goes up and all that stuff. Oh man, this deck is starting to feel really bad. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, why are they not attacking with this Rishkar? They just saw our hand, didn't they? Alright, we gotcha. Essence Flux. Take that. Lets us throw away a card to put 2 counters on our Green Wheel Liberator. Basically like a really awkward permanent mutagenic growth. Oh, Lord. And we have no removal, so I think we're gonna die. How does it feel to single-handedly have a direct influence on the MTGO market? I mean, in some ways, I guess I'm honored by it because it means people like the decks that I make and like the articles, and that part I'm honored by. On this other hand, I really wish it didn't happen because it kind of defeats the purpose to making budget decks if they're going to spike. Although, of course, they go back down in price, so it is a temporary thing, but I wish that it just didn't spike. If I had to choose, I would rather them not spike 100%. Oh, this mana. We are up to 4 lands, still can't cast anything. Yeah, this... Okay. So I'm coming around on the idea that this deck might just be utterly unplayable. It feels like a against the odds deck, essentially. We've played what? We're going on to our like 7th game and the second half of our 3rd match, and I think that we've done cool things one time. I'm just not sure if the mixture is really on. Like, when things work optimally, like our very first game, we drew like 10 extra cards with Renegade Ralliers and Blink 'em and Get Back on Bridal Growth and like double kill stuff with Vengeful Rebel. When it's doing that, it's really awesome. But then we also have games where we just draw a bunch of 3/2s that don't do anything because we can't trigger Revolt. Or we just draw a handful of Renegade maps that don't do anything because we don't have Vengeful Rebels, so... and Gideon is just a good card, so there should probably be more of them in our deck. We'll just do the trimming thing again, just kind of cutting down some of our worst cards. I'm also just really not sure about Hidden Herbalists. The nut draw idea seems sweet, but more practically, we probably play it and it just gets stonewalled by a Winding Constrictor and does nothing. So I'm not even sure it's... I don't know. It just might not be in a good enough place in Standard right now. This deck probably needs something. What that something is. The other thing that's a little awkward is when we try to sideboard into like the big plan, then we kind of get punished for only having 20 lands. What's up, Scratched? We'll have more modern budget decks for sure at some point. We're kind of focusing on standard right now with the set release, but don't worry, there will be more to come. Alright, let's get a win. Let's win a match with this deck. Bow and Arrow, 4 months in a row. Well, you're the best, Bow and Arrow. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Yep, 20 lands. We do have Renegade maps, which kind of ups the land count in a sneaky way. But, yep, 20 lands and a couple of Sylvan Advocates. Combo. Yep, let's Unbridled Growth. Pass the turn. Architected thus? Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Hey, it's a land. Alright, so let's play Selfless Spirit. We're actually getting close to playing a Gideon. If we just get to play a Gideon, then things might actually be good. Oh, thank you, Scratch. I really like the Paradox Engine deck as well. Another swamp for our opponent. Well, we can't just play eggs 24/7. Sometimes we gotta play other decks too. Yeah, it's even harder when all the letters are squished together in Twitch. No spaces or anything. Alright, Blooming Marsh, go. Alright, let's get in with Selfless Spirit. Oh, okay, Illusions donate. I will look for it. I don't know. I think... I'm kind of the belief that Gideon should probably just be in the main deck. I want to see some paradoxical outcome on Budget Magic. I'm sure we will get around to that at some point too. We played the other Paradox. Hey, our opponent got their forest. I was kind of rooting for them to just never get any lands. How real do I think the Cheerios deck is? Well, the rumor is it's pretty good. How good it is, I don't know for sure, but I think we gotta wait and see till we get some results like on the GP type level. But I think that the early results from people are encouraging that it could be an actual real deck. Let's draw a card. Renegade Rallier. Well, alright, let's... I just want to draw cards, but we'll kill the Constrictor. I guess that's technically correct, but not as fun. Can we do Paradox Tribal? I think that could work. You could have Paradox Engine and Paradoxical Outcome in the same deck. Black-white control can be pretty decent in standard. I think it's better... really? We can't even do anything about that, can we? Well, we're still going to just beat down with Gideon. I have not really seen that in standard. I guess that's spicy. Well, let's fire up our Gideon. Get in with Gideon. Essence Flux our Gideon, make a 2/2. It's a combo. We found a combo in our deck. Play Renegade Rallier, get back a Selfless Spirit. See, like, when the deck is doing stuff like that, it looks really awesome. It might have required our opponent to get mana screwed for, like, a million turns. But... but it can look really good in some ways. Love the vids. What's the music I'm listening to in the background? Well, I actually typed out the playlist at one point, so if you follow that link, I actually wrote it all out. Yeah, the 5-color idea might be going a bit too deep. There is a lot of fixing, but still... Well, we got double green wheel liberator. Will we be able to trigger it is another question. Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. Hopefully. Hopefully we find a way to trigger it. Forgot that Mirror Pool was in Standard. Mirror Pool is sweet. I thought that card was going to be really good, but it has never really seen any play. There's a Grim Flayer. Well, let's crack Evolving Wilds, get a Plains. See, like, our deck really fizzles when we don't have an enabler on turn 2. Makes it much, much worse when we don't have the ability to like, play a 3-4 green wheel liberator. That's kind of what this deck's trying to do, and when we don't have it, it's pretty questionable. Well, we're going to snap off this block if we don't get Liliana or something. Alright, Ruinous Path. That also gets the job done. Opponent gets in with Grim Flayer. Starts scrying their library full. Do I plan on making a Revolt budget deck? I have no doubt you can make a much better deck. I'm pretty sure we'll do a Revolt budget deck at some point. I think that's definitely possible. Did I think of Colossus and the sideboard of Paradox Engine for the aggro matchups? I considered it. I'm not convinced that would have, if that would have really changed things or like made it work. Maybe it would have. All right, I think we just gotta. Oh, this feels bad. I want this mana to stay out there, but I think we gotta do this. Sack it. Renegade map, our friend that enters tapped. This does theoretically give us a blocker for Grim Flayer. We really want a Renegade Rallier back as Selfless Spirit. That would be nice. Perpetual Timepiece could be a sideboard option. Opponent has a Winding Constrictor. Come on, no removal. No removal, please. That's true. It does. Essence Flux does work very well to Revolt creatures. Another Rallier that we can't trigger. Well... Play Renegade map, and we're just going to run out this Green Wheel Liberator as a 2-1, as bad as that feels. Pass the turn. Mirror Gallery and 2 Paradox Engines does sound pretty amazing. I think that Paradox Engine does have potential in Modern. I think it has a shot. There's the Mind Rack Demon. And pumps this up to a 4-4. Okay. And opponent passes. Another Rallier. Well, sack our Renegade map. Get a blue source. Play our Renegade Rallier. Get back. Selfless Spirit? Selfless Spirit's probably safest. Unbridled Growth is better though. Let's get Unbridled Growth. Unbridled Growth. Play the island. Pass the turn. We can always get Selfless Spirit back at instant speed, I guess. We are taking the beats in the air. Walking Ballista X3. Yikes. X4. Shoots down our Green Wheel Liberator. Shoots our Renegade Rallier. Yep, that's a blowout. That is a blowout. Attacks with everything. Well, we kill the Grim Flayer. Opponent still gets to do the scrying. Oh, boy. Yep, down to 13. The blowouts are real. We can, like, sort of rebuild with Renegade Rallier. Still don't have a way to deal with... It wouldn't have saved it. No, no, no. Our opponent still has another counter, so they still... Our opponent still would have killed it. They have another ping. Essence Flux doesn't save it. Oh, yep. That's just how it works. I guess we could have traded our Essence Flux for a counter off Walking Ballista, but I don't think that is really worthwhile. Oh, we could have made them sack the Walking Ballista. That's true. I don't know. I don't really think that's worth it, but... So let's Unbridled Growth. The thing is, our opponent could have pinged it again. They deal a damage. If we go to Essence Flux, whenever we go to Essence Flux, they can just ping it an additional time, and then we lose it. So let's Renegade Rallier. Get back our green Wheel Liberator. We're not out of this game yet. It's still going. If we did it before Ballista's in play, then Ballista they can use at any time. So they just ping our... Ooh, alright, well we get to fizzle a Gear Hulk trigger. Gets in with the flyer. And passes. Well, our best bet is Titamio, I think, and tap down Gear Hulk and Mine Rack. Oh, this is still so bad, though. I mean, I guess we can attack, because they're going to be able to start putting double counters on their Ballista at some point. Is there hope of Gerber in the sideboard? Yeah, the defense is only kind of good, though, because of... Oh, no. What is this? That was a lot of tapping. Way more tapping than I'm comfortable with. Oh, yep. Alright, that's the game, I believe. Hey, welcome! L5464. Yep, kills our Tamio. Gonna kill our Renegade Rallier. Oh, yeah. Alright, so play at Bridled Growth. Sack at Bridled Growth. Blooming Marsh. I think we're just literally dead here, but Renegade Rallier. Rallier could get back a Green Wheel Liberator. I mean, we're getting back a lot of value. It just doesn't... It's not as powerful as what our opponent's doing at this point in the game. What's our opponent doing here? Yeah, well... I mean... I think there's a reason the only place this deck has ever been played was at a 15-person Japanese tournament. And even though it did well at that tournament, it hasn't really caught on. And it might just not be up to snuff in Standard. Alright, that's game. Oh, being able to pay forward, put 2 counters on Walking Ballista is pretty good. Well, we have 2 more matches to actually get a win. No. No sweet turn 2s. We've had some sweet value where the deck has actually, like, looked good in some games, but we haven't had any insane turn 2s. I don't even know if we've actually played a hidden herbalist on turn 2 this entire draft. So here's the thing. Let's talk about the Selfless Spirit play. So here's the problem with all of that. Say they put the Ballista on the stack. We get back Selfless Spirit. All our opponent has to do is ping our Selfless Spirit, and then our Selfless Spirit dies. Then they wait till our upkeep and ping down our creatures, and our creatures die. So, like, Ballista is still, the damage isn't going anywhere. So all it does is make them use one trigger on our Selfless Spirit, like at the end of their turn, and then shoot down all our stuff at the beginning of our turn, so. This deck does play Terrarion. It plays Hope in the sideboard. Okay. We got some lands. Exlerons, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. And Bolt Punchels, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So one thing that is driving me crazy about, did I create my olivisms for MTG Goldfish, or have I been saying them beforehand? I haven't intentionally created any olivisms. So they just kind of happen naturally, I guess. Dick Tugnut, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So one thing that drives me crazy about Magic Online, especially on this new computer, is I can't stream on my second monitor because Magic Online, I mean, I guess technically I could, but literally every match we play, we'd have to manually resize it by hand. So that's why you're getting the pop-ups now, because we can't play on the second monitor. Metallic Mimic, eh? What is this on Construct? This is Construct Tribal? I did not know Construct Tribal was a thing. Well, let's just play the plains, pass the turn. Next turn we can Evolving Wilds, sack Evolving Wilds, get a trigger, kill something. Am I in any way related to Ollivander? No, not that I'm aware of. Maybe this is just... Oh, that's what's happening. Our opponent's trying to go infinite with animation module, or like pseudo-infinite. Well, the good news is we get to kill this Mimic next turn, and our opponent's only playing little tiny things. Huh? You're gonna just slam everything into the Liberator? Okay, that makes more sense. Well, Evolving Wilds, crack Evolving Wilds, we will grab a blue source. And I think we gotta play it safe. I would like to Renegade Rallier, but I think we just need to kill Mimic before bad things happen to us. Kill Mimic, get in for 4. And Pestered. It doesn't really go infinite, but our opponent can, like, make a whole bunch of 1/1s with Mimic and Animation Module. No. This deck has not been good. I mean, it does some cool things, and the idea is sweet. Oh, no. Another Mimic! We're gonna die to Ormondal, and we definitely don't have an answer to Ormondal. And we already blew our one answer. What is it with decks finding unique ways to put extra counters on Walkie Ballista? What is happening in this world? Opponent swings with everything. Sure. Yeah. Alright, opponent kills it. We get Come on, deck. Be nice for once. Please. Alright, see ya, Frish bee dogs. Frisbee dogs, that's what it's saying. How do we do this? Man, this would have been good when we still had a vengeful rebel. What do we do? I guess we could just Tameo. The thing is, I'm afraid we're gonna die to Westville Abbey. Take up Tameo on Ballista and Green Wheel Liberator. This deck needs something. I don't know if it's Panharmonicon. I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, I guess Panharmonicon does some stuff. But I think if you're playing Panharmonicon, there's easier ways to trigger it. Any reason we aren't running Hidden Stockpile? Just pretty slow for what this deck is trying to do. This deck is trying to trigger Revolt on turn 2. Well, let's see what our opponent does. So they're going to go on the massive attack. I'll play Panharmonicon just about any place I can. Going at Tameo. Well, let's block Mimic. Opponent pings. Tameo dies. We draw... Oh, it doesn't die, actually. We draw a card. Another land, not very good. Is Selfless Spirit in the deck the only spirit in this deck for Essence Flux? Yeah, Essence Flux is just to blink our stuff. Well, I think what we got to do is just run out Renegade Rallier, tick up Tameo on two of our opponent's things, play Botanical Sanctum, pass the turn. Now we can Essence Flux, flicker our, or blink our Renegade Rallier, get back Green Wheel Liberator as a surprise blocker. We still aren't really getting around this combo, though, which is problematic. There are a couple white cards that do blinking as well. I think they're more expensive. 2 mana. Long Road Home is one of them. Essence Flux is an instant, so we can do Essence Flux whenever. Makes another 1/1. Well, let's do this now. Essence Flux, blink Renegade Rallier. Yeah, there is a few new songs in the playlist. Get back Green Wheel Liberator. Alley Evasion actually returns to hand, I believe. So we will block here, block here. Sacks the Bombat Courier. Discard some random stuff. Treasure Keeper! We're gonna lose to the Treasure Keeper deck. Oh, no. Oh, what's up, 595? Shoots our Renegade Rallier. We really are going to lose to a constructed deck with Treasure Keeper. Renegade map. Pretty much like a land. Alright, let's tick up. I mean, we're going to attack. We got to draw cards. We got to make something happen sooner or later. Alright, block, so we get to draw 2. Come on, deck. Give us something good. Give us some Revolt cards. We already got Revolt. Opponent gets to return a Metallic Mimic to their hand. Ooh, Renegade Rallier is good. And Sylvan Advocate. Alright, things are looking up. So we will Renegade Rallier. Get back a Green Wheel Liberator. Yes! See, this is where the deck looks like a real Magic deck that could maybe win 25 to 30% of the time. This is where it looks like it against the odds deck. Is 4 bolts too mean for casual? So, wait, this is like a first date. You're going to play Kitchen Table Magic, and you're going to play, casual. I thought it said Jeskai Control. I was going to tell you that that's probably a bad idea. If you have someone over on a first date, and they're a casual player, you probably don't want to play Jeskai Control. Alright, kills our Sylvan Advocate. Yep. And a Scrappy Scrounger. Free Win Red is... that's how I know that I found the girl I will marry. When I play Free Win Red against her on our first date, and she's okay with it, that's when I will propose. That's my standard. Alright, let's tick up. Go attacking with both. I just want to keep drawing cards. We gotta do something. Yeah, hopefully Paradox Engine will go back down soon. Opponent blocks. We get to draw a couple cards. Come on, deck. Give us some love. Ooh, Vengeful Rebel's good. Valving Wild's not as exciting. Well, Vengeful Rebel. Get rid of this obnoxious Metallic Mimic. Play a Valving Wilds. Play Renegade Map. We're not going to have many lands left in our deck. We're getting down near the bottom. You leaving, Awesome Dude? And Sammy? Chief of the Foundry pumps up a Scrappy Scrounger. We will chump here to keep our Tamiyo alive. Goes the Tamiyo. Well, let's chump. Do what we gotta do. Alright, crack a Valving Wilds. Thin our deck. Conflux on Against the Odds. Yee, I like Conflux. Tomer tried to play it on Commander Clash. That would be fun. Oh, see you, Awesome Dude. Come on, deck. Selfless Spirit's alright. So let's tick up. Tamiyo's been kind of keeping us around. Get in with Green Wheel Liberator. Let's draw something here. We've drawn a lot of extra cards. More lands. Play a Selfless Spirit. Play a Sanctum. Pass the turn. Holy lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 2 Evolving Wilds in the graveyards. That is a lot of lands for this deck. Oh. This is a video game music album from Weisiger, or designed to sound like video game music. What's our about to have? Unlicensed Disintegration. Well, we'll save it. Tamiyo all the way down to 2, unfortunately. This is game 1 of the match. Unfortunately, I feel like we're still losing. Opponent kills Tamiyo. We do get to draw a card. We could find another Tamiyo. Oh, no! Well, there's a Renegade Rallier. Okay. Crack Renegade map. How many lands do we have left? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? Only down to 5? And we got 33 cards? Whew. Okay. Well, Renegade Rallier. Get back a... I kind of just want card draw, actually. Well, we should probably get Sylvan Advocate and try to win. Winning's probably slightly better than drawing cards. Only slightly, though. Get in with Green Wheel Liberator. Put our opponent down to 4. What do I think of Celestial Dawn for against the odds? Is that the thing that makes everything white? I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure to abuse that. That does seem to fit the against the odds mode, though. There's the Treasure Keeper. The world's worst Bloodbraid Elf. Opponent's out of cards. We go to 7. Attack. Opponent blocks. Blocks? Does this mean we have to chump? What do we do here? I guess we can take it. I don't know how that makes us win, but... Oh, it's risky. Alright. Thing is, it puts us to dead next turn? Well, not necessarily. We'll see. We could draw something. Ooh, Essence Flux is interesting. Well, I think that'll let us attack with everything. Essence Flux is a good draw. Attack with everything. Opponent's got to block both of our 4/4s to stay alive. Okay. Everything dies. Treasure Keeper gets a Harness Lightning. So we're going to have one blocker no matter what? I guess that's what we got to do. Well, we're dead to Disintegration either way. We're actually not in good... Well, we'll see. So... Stop on our opponent's upkeep, I think. I think this is how we gotta do it. Stop on upkeep. Essence Flux our Rallier. Because if our opponent draws like a Harness Lightning, we'd be dead to a Harness Lightning. So Essence Flux while your opponent's empty-handed. And just get back a Selfless Spirit, I think. Hey, see you, Bot Punchels. I won't forget about the Squid Thief. Alright, well, what do you got, opponent? Are we going to win a game? Opponent goes attacking. We block with Renegade Rallier. Yeah, Eldrazi Displacer could work. It's hard with the mana. Oh my god. Well, good draw, good draw. And that's the game. Whoo, this is... We're getting to the vintage kobolds. We're getting to the vintage kobolds level with this deck. Where it's just climbing the list of all-time least successful decks we've ever played. I think a typical Against the Odds deck actually has gotten more wins than this deck. Oh my goodness. No, we're starting to think this deck is just really bad. Like, scale of 1 to 10, down in the, like, 1 area. Yeah, well, that was a risk. Like, we couldn't really do anything about the removal spell, so we were dead to a removal spell off the top no matter what. We were live to any non-removal spell. I would not play this at the Pro Tour. I don't know if I'd play this. I mean, it's fun. I like the idea. The idea is fun. It uses one of the new mechanics. Like, I like all those things about it, but the things that are bad about it are also very plentiful. Like, this hand would be awesome, except we literally can't cast anything, and we probably have way too few green sources. Yeah, as weird as it sounds, I am kind of wishing I was playing an Identity Thief deck right now. I mean, I think part of it is attributable, I guess, to bad luck. Like, we drew a lot of lands last game. That kind of stuff happens in Magic, so that's one aspect. But I also think that this deck is just not quite there. Not that it couldn't be there, but maybe it doesn't need to be 4 colors. There's Animation Module. This is where Evolving Wilds is so bad. So we actually have 2 Hidden Herbalists in hand, but we can't trigger Revolt with our Evolving Wilds. Celestial Dawn can do some stupid things with Cage Sun, I guess. Maybe Glittering Wish can do sweet things too. I mean, I would be down for trying it on Against the Odds episode. Sounds like a good one to put on the poll. Opponent gets in. Alright, deck. Give us a... I don't even know. I guess we get a Plains. Well, there's a Blooming Marsh. No Revolt trigger, though. No, play Selfless Spirit. That gives us Revolt next turn, I guess, ish. Yeah, I think going with straight green-white could be a good idea. I would give that a shot at least. Alright, Animation Module triggers. There goes our Selfless Spirit, so we don't get a Revolt trigger next turn anyway. This deck. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the bots. Alright. Try it again, Selfless Spirit. Opponent's gaining life. Oh no! We're desperate. We're desperate enough that we just want to sacrifice that spirit to get Revolt, and it's not gonna happen. Oh, they have another Ballista too. They had multiple ways to kill it. Alright, well, we could just draw a Revolt trigger. Hey, see you, Cape Elder. Remember, the stream on Thursday is early, 2 Eastern time. Alright, we gotta kill that before our opponent draws a million cards. Pass the turn. Yeah, it is against the odds time, pretty much. Ugh. Yeah, with an aggro deck, so here's the thing. I think with aggro, you want to just be able to play good cards consistently, and like that's what makes aggro good. Control decks can get by with being less consistent because their power level is higher. But if your plan is that your creatures are going to top out at 3/2s, you got to really be able to curve out and be consistent to compete. And this deck just does not have the ability to do it. Like, we are, what, 12 cards deep, and we haven't drawn any of our Revolt enablers. And that's been a kind of a constant problem we've seen with this deck. See ya, Autumn Shank. Have a good night. Opponent attacks with everything. Block the Ballista, I guess. Opponent's probably... Alright, let's it go. We draw a Forest. Well, play an Herbalist. Pass the turn. Still no Revolt enablers. No Miner. I mean, the basic idea of this deck is it's going to trigger Revolt on turn 2, but the deck does not actually do that. Hardly at all. For some reason. Hey, we get to trigger Revolt next turn when we're dead. Oh boy. This deck is depressing. It might be. It might be the... I mean, by the results, it's probably the worst. We don't always 5-0, but we don't usually 0-5. And this deck is looking like a slam dunk to 0-5 this league. I like Stockpile, but I don't think Stockpile would be a solution to this deck's problems. This deck's problems are... It's... Yeah. I think the problems are way beyond Stockpile. Opponent gets to refill their hand with Scrap Trawlers. They get a Treasure Keeper trigger. Nice Harness Lightning. Gets back Ballista and Scrap Trawler. Legend rules themselves with Inventor's Fair. Animation module. This deck, our opponent's deck looks sweet. I don't know if it's actually good, but our deck is good at making other people's decks look good. Apparently. And another island. Well, crack Renegade map. Get a swamp. Play the swamp. Oh boy. Play this thing. Get back a... It doesn't even matter. I guess at least Hidden Herbalist doesn't just die to Walking Ballista. Not that it really matters. Pass the turn. My idea for Revolt deck was Thraben Inspector and Bridal Growth and Hope of Gurupur. The thought is should be able to trigger Revolt on turn 2 and not have a Thraben Inspector, and a Clue is decent if nothing else. I think you're on the right path for the Revolt deck. Triggering Revolt on turn 2 I think is very important. And that's kind of what the idea of this deck is, but... it doesn't work out as consistently as you'd like, is what I'm realizing. Because you would think, like, if you look at the tech list on this deck, we have an obscene number of ways to trigger Revolt on turn 2, but those draws have not really happened, period. Like, we haven't had one draw where we've had, like, 8 power or even 6 power on the battlefield on turn 2. I don't even know if we've just had a 4/4 green wheel liberator on the battlefield on turn 2. Like, because by the deck list, it seems like that should be happening, but it just doesn't. I remember the good old days of Seth saying, it seemed like the aggro deck, so we'll probably get around to playing some Momir, then the grind fest of 5 Fajillion lands happened. We might still get in a game of Momir. We got to give the deck one last shot. We got to see if it can really go 0-5. Might as well do some reminders while you're waiting for this match. So, of course, Thursday, 2 Eastern Time. The stream is early on Thursday. A Frontier stream with Mrs. Mulligan. Gonna battle some Frontier decks. So, Thursday stream, 2 Eastern Time. Then, of course, MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube is where you can go back and watch this glorious 5-0 in the future. So if you want to relive this lovely 4-color Revolt deck, that's the place to do it. And if you're looking for another way to support the channel or the site, check out the merch page. Tons of cool stuff there. Deck boxes and playmats and so forth, so... Mrs. Mulligan is another streamer. She wrote for Star City Games until recently. She plays Merfolk a lot. I don't know how else to describe her. But it'll also be up in video form in different places. I figured that would be an issue. That's the normal streaming time for Mrs. Mulligan. She streams during the day. So I figured we'd just go with her normal streaming time. So don't let this deck get you down on Revolt. I think that Revolt as a mechanic could still be playable. But I don't think this build is very playable. So let's see if we can get there in the 0-5 bracket. Yeah, so we're going to battle like 3. I think we're each going to have 3 Frontier decks. Battle it out. See what happens. Well, it looks like we're going to have a Hidden Herbalist on turn 2. So I tried to build a Hidden Herbalist deck in Modern, and I came to realize that making double green is actually super annoying. Instead of making like green-red, for example. Like right now, I mean, I guess we can still hit an Herbalist. The Mike Arnold, 2 months in a row, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. What Frontier decks am I going to play? Still thinking about it. Most likely something with Dig Through Time and Torrential Gear Hulk will probably be one of them. Maybe the Artifact Aggro deck and Soul Artifact deck. Might try a build of that plays Tezzeret's Touch. I really want to see what that deck is like if it gets to play, instead of just 4 in Soul Artifacts, if you get to play like maybe 6 in Soul Artifacts or 7 in Soul Artifacts, so you consistently have that effect. Have I thought about making Aetherborn Tribal with Midnight Entourage? We'll probably get around to it eventually. I don't think there's enough cards to make a really competitive Aetherborn Tribal deck, but we might be able to do it for budget Magic. I think it could be a fun, like, casual type deck, but I would be surprised if we found out it was really competitive, because there's just not that many competitive Aetherborn. Eric the Face, 4 months in a row. Thank you for the resubscription. Big scoops cheer. And welcome back to the Fishbowl. Let's play an Island and Renegade Rallier. What about an Angel-ish type deck? What's the best way to learn Standard? Draft, Limited, or Constructed? Well, probably the best way to learn Standard, I would say, would just be to play Standard a bunch. So, I mean, Draft and Limited are fine too because it helps you learn the cards. But I would probably start with playing Constructed in one form or another. All right, we're going to wait on our Tamiyo, run out this Alpha Spirit. See what our opponent does. Run out the Sylvan Advocate. And go attacking. Wait, we're playing someone that's only 0-2? That's not fair. I was hoping we were in the 0-4, playing another 0-4, and then maybe this deck would actually have a chance of winning. I think that's our only hope. Harness Lightning, sure, whatever. We don't care. This deck. If we lose game 1, I might just scoop it and we can play Momir before the stream ends tonight. Bona passes. We draw another land. Go attacking. We won the very first game we played, I believe. Very first game of the very first round. But since then, we just haven't won anything. Opponent anticipates digging for a land. Have we won twice? I must have forgot one. Opponent plays a swamp. Yeah, this is pretty close to an against the odds deck at this point. And there's a Jace. Well, that's actually not too bad. They're gonna bounce Sylvan Advocate? That's a little more annoying. We still get a Tamiyo down, which isn't bad. Ooh. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Tamiyo. Take up Tamiyo at Selfless Spirit so we get to draw a card. Now we're just going to run our Oath of Ajani out there. So we actually kill the Jace. We're going to fight. We're going to get the 1-4. The glorious 1-4. Probably going to take us another, the whole rest of the stream. Because we're playing a control match, but draw a card. It's a Blooming Marsh. Pass the turn. Ajani first doesn't really change anything there. See ya, SCH launch. Ether Geode Miner is just not good at triggering Revolt on turn 2. And we have a ton of 2-drops already. Ooh, the Gitrog monster is interesting. Well, let's take up Tamiyo. We drew more lands. How do I decide Mucha Brews? Mucha Brew is the most popular of the instant deck techs from the previous weeks. Week. Opponent kills our Selfless Spirit. We sack it so we don't take the damage. Play Sylvan Advocate. You really have a hard counter? Disallow. Play Blooming Marsh. Alright, let's sack Terrarion. See if we can actually draw action. It's possible. It's possible we actually draw something we can cast. It could happen with our deck. Oh, Oh my god. Oh, this deck. This deck. Remember, we're playing 20 lands. 20 lands. Oh, it's important. Oh, no. Oh, yep. Best turn. Well, if we ultimate Tamiyo, that'd be sweet. And then our opponent will most likely have another disallow. We're fighting for the 1-4. Alright, awesome dude. Thanks for stopping back in. Renegade map, not technically a land. Well, if we ultimate Tamiyo, all our pain will be worth it. If our opponent disallows our ultimate of Tamiyo, I'm going to scoop the rest of the batch. So we will see. We will see. It's all depending on this Tamiyo ultimate. Pass the turn. Come on, one time. No disallow. No anything to do. Oh, come on. Come on, deck. Once. Oh, I will finish this stream happy if we ultimate Tamiyo here. I don't even care that the rest of it has been a disaster. We're still drawing lands. All right. Yes! It happened! It happened! We're winners. We're winners. So, trigger. Now let's see if we can, like, combo off somehow. I don't think we can, but it would be sweet. Get another planes out of our deck. Hey, we get to cast our Renegade Ralliers for free. Watch out, opponent. You are in trouble now. So we'll cast Renegade Rallier. Oh, we did it. We did it. The funniest thing is, and this probably says the most about our deck, is we just ultimated Tamiyo, and I'm still not sure that it matters. We ultimated Tamiyo, we get to play a 3-2 and get back a Terrarion. We got him. We got him. I don't think, is our opponent even scared about our deck with the Tamiyo emblem out? I am not sure. They might not be. Ooh, Hidden Herbalist is going to gain us mana? Well, sack Terrarion. Add some useless mana since we don't need mana. What do we need mana for? Ooh, okay. Man, I wish we had something that just drew us a card. Well, cast Hidden Herbalist. Gains us some mana that we don't need because we can cast everything for free. Cast Renegade Rallier. Get back a Terrarion for next turn. that we can sack. Then let's plus Tamiyo on our Renegade Rallier and our Hidden Herbalist, just in case. Get in, draw a card. We're doing it! We're doing it! Am I gonna do a tier standard deck soon? Maybe? Opponent has Torrential Gearhulk. For Unlicensed Disintegration. That's true. The emblem is not that important here. Well, let's blink our Renegade Rallier. Gotcha. It's free. Give back a... Well, I guess we better get Selfless Spirit now. I should also give everything Flash. This emblem isn't that good, actually. We need to have Flash too. I don't even know if Omniscience is making our deck look good, honestly. It's making it look slightly less horrible. Maybe. Ah! Another land! Ah, even with the emblem, it's still horrible. Vengeful Rebel. Blooming Marsh. So how many lands? 1 in our graveyard, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14! 14 of our 20, and we're not even halfway through of our deck yet. Oh, this deck. Opponent anticipates. I mean, the emblem is insane. It's just not doing much right now in our deck. We top out at like 4 mana and we have 14 lands, so casting things for free just isn't super helpful. Yeah, I don't know about the blocking there. At least we get to hopefully draw with Tamiyo here. Ooh, Essence Flux. Well, Hidden Herbalist, Vengeful Rebel, go attacking with everything. Draw some cards that we can cast for free. Deck is relatively fun when it's working well. Also, relatively horrible. But it is fun when it works. And I'm still interested in... trying more with this archetype. All right, we gotta win. We gotta win. One more win, and we could actually have avoided maybe the first 5-0 ever in the history of the stream. Can we avoid the first 5-0 in the history of our stream? That's the question. That's the challenge. We got a game win. We're doing it. I actually think if we calculated the percentages and compared them to against the odds decks, it would probably be pretty bad. Psycho Smurf, did I receive your Jun Zombies list? I will have to double check. 3 months in a row. Thank you for the resubscription. Big scoops here for our resubscriber. We could use some hope. We could bring in 1 hope just for the name alone. Definitely want the Planeswalkers here. So now our 20 land deck, instead of... I know. So we're going to bring in these Planeswalkers that are pretty expensive for a 20 land deck. And we probably are going to get stuck on mana this game. I have a feeling if we sideboard in our expensive cards, then we're going to get stuck on mana somehow. All right, let's go down Hidden Herbalist. Maybe that's why there's Oath of Ajadis. That sounds so weird, but maybe it's so they can come in and make our Planeswalkers somewhat cheap. Let's try it like that. Did I see a combo with Scrap Trawler and Pia's Revolution? No, I don't think so. Is it a specific combo or just like value? Skyworthy, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Thank you so much for the support. Definitely appreciate it. All right, one win, that's all we're asking. Does anyone else feel guilty lying to their local gas station attendant? No, I don't think so. No hope, we're hopeless. I actually don't think hope is very good right now, but... Ooh, Renegade Rallier. Combo. It's a combo. Renegade Map. Renegade Rallier. Notice Wizard name them the same. That's so you know you can get one back with the other. Kind of pushing you in that direction. Did I see the Bird Brains list? I have seen the Bird Brains list. Ooh, Thing in the Ice. I don't know if we're set up to deal with Thing in the Ice. More Renegade maps. Well... Let's play Selfless Spirit. And pass the turn. Start the beatdowns in the air. Opponent anticipates main phase. Well, we get to Renegade Renegade map, sack it, get a land, Renegade Rallier, get back, Renegade Rap, the map. Too many R's in that sentence. The value. Another Tameo. Well, sack Renegade map. Get a forest. Play the forest. Oh yeah, it's a combo. Renegade Rallier. Returns Renegade map to the battlefield. So much value. Another land for free. Next turn. And we even get into in the air. I'm feeling good. We might actually get a win with this deck. It might actually happen. Had to go out and scavenge water. Pittsburgh water has low Korean levels, so yay. Wait, why did you have to go scavenge water, Stu? Does your apartment not have water or something, or your house? What's up with that? Alright, opponent passes, leaving up mana for a counter potentially. We have a new subscriber, F-A-Dosic. F-F-E-Dosic. Welcome to the Fishbowl and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Well, let's get in with Selfless Spirit, see what our opponent does. Would like to sneak in a Tameo, not sure if that's going to happen. Let's sack Renegade map. Get a swamp, mana of every color. Play the swamp. Play the second Selfless Spirit. Play another Renegade map. And pass the turn. PGH water has bacteria since the chlorine is low. All places near me sold out. Jeez. That's ridiculous. Rage Guy, 34. Deck looks sweet. Sorry, it hasn't worked out yet. Well, the important thing is, it is sweet and relatively fun. So even though it's not working out, oh man. The blowout of blowouts, Yanni, the expertise of Yanni, coming down to ruin our day. Selfless Spirit does nothing, and there's a Dynavolt Tower. Only good news is our opponent has no energy. Unbridled Growth. Well, let's play a Tameo. Not that it's really going to help here. Tap some stuff down. Crack Renegade map. Get a forest. Play the forest. Play Unbridled Growth. And pass turn. Yeah, I guess I'm lucky. I've never lived in a place where the water was bad like that, but that sounds like a pretty rough situation. I think there could be a sweet aristocrat style deck. To the slaughter. Flips Awoken Horror that we have no way to ever deal with. Sack our Tameo. So we have to get like 7 creatures on the battlefield, and we might be able to block a thing in the ice. I think that's our main plan. Well, play Tameo. So our opponent have negate. Alright. We're going to scoop it up. The deck, it's not happening. Not happening. Not happening. Oh... Yeah, sorry, Carnifax. Didn't mean to ruin your day with the Paradox deck. Arcaningo, I will have to double check on that. I will double check and make sure it's in there and try to get back to you. They're closing schools around there. Jeez. All right, last chance, last game for this deck, for better or worse. Oh, one land, Unbridled Growth Cycles. What does it even do? Not much. I think we got a mulligan. All right, we'll try this. We get a Renegade Rallier. That's sort of something if it resolves. Plains to the bottom. So Sanctum and Unbridled Growth. Pass the turn. Can we do it? Can we win a match with this deck? There's a Wandering Fumarole. See, I swear, if you scry to the bottom, you're going to draw the card. Someday, soon, I'm going to actually do a test on that so I can say definitively, but it can't just be confirmation bias. It really feels like that happens way more than it should. What's our opponent have? Thing in the eyes? There's the thing in the eyes. Yup. Well, we will match your thing in the eyes with a Renegade Rallier, I guess. So, Unbridled Growth, sack it, draw a card, play the Plains, Renegade Rallier, get back Unbridled Growth. Yahani's expertise is pretty good against us. Put it on Blooming Marsh, pass turn. Do you really hate blue cards that much, Jay Zoller? Yep. Map is pretty bad off the top of the deck. What do I think about a Pia's Revolution Ravenous Intruders deck? I actually brewed one of those up for an article. We haven't played on stream or anything yet, but I wrote about it in an article. I think it could be fun. The problem now is our opponent's very likely has counters available. Opponent dares to block. Well, let's play Selfless Spirit. I think we gotta try to work around the counters if we can. We're not gonna win just by slamming things into the counters. Harness Lightning on the Renegade Rallier. Alright, pass turn. Opponent plays a land. White is my least favorite color. Oh my goodness. Okay. You should do a Divine Intervention against DOS where you try to draw the game. I did it in Commander class with Divine Intervention once. Baxter, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Another land. Well, let's see if this Tameo gets negated. Seems very probable. Alright. Well, there goes this deck. So, do not play that deck. No matter what crosses your mind, no matter why you think it might be a good idea, that deck is just not even sort of playable. I think it's actually worse than a typical against the odds deck. It's like, it's just, I can't even count the number of ways that it is bad, but there are many, many ways. It's inconsistent. It's not powerful, so it's not like, oh, I could do something crazy powerful, so being inconsistent is okay, because I make up for it by doing these really insane things when things go well. We're just don't have any interaction, so it's not like we can back up our lack of power with being by disrupting our opponent. So So yeah, I think that might be the first 5-0 stream we've ever had, and that it was pretty bad. So hopefully the next stream is a bit more competitive than that one. But I mean, that's the risk when you play decks that were from very small tournaments. You just never know. We've definitely heard cases of decks that made a top 8 because there were 8 players in the tournament or something. I think that's how we got Mono Blue Mill in Modern, if you remember that one, on Much Brew Out Nothing. So occasionally those systems arise, which makes the small tournament scene a little bit sketchy when that stuff happens. We don't have any chests to open because we went 0-5. We don't get any treasure chests for that performance. Not a treasure chest worthy deck, apparently. It was still fun. The deck is fun. The deck is cool. And I've talked about this before. Like, I try to take something away from every deck I play, even if the deck is absolutely horrible. So with this deck, I think that the takeaway is you could do some really cool things with Renegade Rallier. Renegade Rallier was a really impressive card. So I think that card has potential to be built around. So I did like that. Cards that didn't impress me were Hidden Herbalist, seemed absolutely horrible, unplayably just very bad. And Green Wheel Liberator was much less consistent than I thought. So anyway, all right, we'll wrap things up with one game of Momir. So whoever is on the top of the Momir list, send me a challenge. And we will wrap up the stream with one game of Momir. So I don't know who's on the top of the list. If you're at the top of the list, send me the challenge, and that's how we'll wrap things up tonight. And at least we got to hear the monkey song. And really, even though the record was horrible, the deck wasn't, like, miserable to play most of the time. We did run pretty bad in some games where we just drew so many lands, but the idea was still fun. So I'm glad we tried it, even though it didn't work out. In that aspect, I think it was a good decision, even though it didn't end up working out in practice, so. Alright, here's a Momir overlay. Who are we Momiring tonight? I tried a modern Hidden Herbalist deck, and I didn't really like it. Well, Winter Master, it might be you, because no one else is challenging me. Technically on the list, and I don't see anyone else in the stream, so, alright, Winter Master, since no one else has spoke up, send me a challenge. It looks like it's you, since no one else seems to be here. Yeah, on paper it looks sweet. The idea to like dump so much power on the battlefield on turn 2, it seemed really cool. I think Renegade Rallier could be very good in Modern because you actually have combos. Do the Ajani and Tezzeret Planeswalker decks. Probably will do those eventually. Probably play Richard with those. Oh, are you on Magic Online, Winter Master? I could challenge you, I think. Winter Zero Master. Alright, let me see if I can find you, and I will challenge you. Yep, alright. Challenging for Momir. We haven't played Momir in a bit, so this will be a good way. I better win. This is my chance to actually win tonight. Actually, I don't care. I don't play Momir because I care about winning. Alright, Momir Basic. I don't know why. I have multiple Momir decks. Momir, I guess. And there we go. Challenge sent. Alright. it's Momir time, and the Momir overlay is looking pretty out of place for some reason. Oh! Huh! The Momir overlay is for... The Momir overlay is for... not 1080. Good to know. I did not realize that. Huh. Well, we'll have to make another Momir overlay. I guess that'll work for now. Alright, Momir time. We will keep our hand, of course. Mountain for our opponent. Oh, this is my old Momir deck that has the mismatch lands. I finally upgraded. These foils look so sweet with the colors being messed up. I kind of just want to play all Mirage foils because they look really sweet with the colors inverted. Add 1 mana. Oh, the mana dork. Well, our no winning continues. Yeah, this is old. So we get Disciple of Law, 1/2 pro red. Opponent gets a mana dork. Well, the best thing you could get in Momir. That's what you're dreaming for when you make a 2-drop is a mana dork. Well, welcome, Imar Sek. Greetings from the US. Warping Worm, phasing, beginning your upkeep. It phases out unless you pay 4. When it phases in, put a +1/+1 counter on it. I have no idea how this works or what it's going to do, but I guess we will see. I'm assuming it just kind of dies and goes away. Even if it doesn't, it's a 1/1 for 4, so it's not super scary. We get Rogue Skycap. Beginning your upkeep, put a wage counter on Rogue Skycaptain. You may pay 2 for each wage counter on it if you don't remove all wage counters and an opponent gains control of it. Oh, this card's bugged. I'm pretty sure we learned that this card, at least in one scenario, it was bugged. Well, Winter Master was on the Momir list, but he was a bit farther down on the list. The top people on the list were not on. Momir for 0 is usually a bad strategy. Yeah, being a token, it can't come back, I don't think, from phasing. Although phasing is super weird like that. But still, it's a token. Ooh, Doppelganger. Another mana dork, I assume? Jeez. Opponent's going to be casting Emeralds or something. That was an interesting choice. Okay. Is this actually bugged still? Or was that... pay 0 to prevent that? Sure. We will pay 0 to prevent that. Yes. Momir is so good for finding random bugs. Ooh, whenever opponent casts a spell, alright, never mind. No one ever casts a spell. Come on, give us the Rogue Sky Captain. Oh, our opponent, I see. Tricky with your Vesuvian Doppelganger. No. That's actually a bug. They look awesome, but the colors are messed up on them, which is why they look awesome. I wish all Moto foils look like that, because they do. Like, it's the Mirage foils, for some reason, have this weird inverted color that makes them look really sweet. When it deals damage, when it enters the battlefield, 6 damage to each creature with flying. Oh, have it assign combat damage, although it wasn't blocked. This Forgotten Ancient, not going to do much of anything. Keldon Hellbraider. Not able to block Tornado Elemental. Oh no! This deals damage as though it wasn't blocked. Yeah, we're gonna get absolutely wrecked by these Tornado Elementals. And it's a World Breaker. Shuts down any flyers we happen to hit. Yup, Tornado Elemental, no reason to even block them if we can't kill them, because they'll deal us damage anyway. Alright, deck. We need something really good here in our 6-drop slot, like Admission Angel good. Or a 3-2 flying. Thank you, Kamigawa, the land of underpowered creatures. See you, Sammy. I think they do track commander damage now, or they're supposed to be starting shortly. Oh, boy. And the Invention Sundering Titan. Yup. That's a blowout. Pretty sure we're just literally dead. Opponent goes attacking. Well, block and block. We get to... Actually, it doesn't even matter. Unless our opponent, like, misclicks. Yeah, they made a couple improvements like that. Oh, First Strike does keep us alive. We dropped a 1. Literal 1. And we get to make a 4-drop. Hooray. Yeah, our opponent is definitely wrecking us here. I mean, they've gotten better creatures than us too, but they've also played well. There's just no way to win from that board position. Alright, come on! Are we going to have the dreaded 6-0? Is that what's going to happen? See you, Bluster Butts. I don't know if they're always inventions. I don't think so. Commander Clashes come out Friday night / Saturday mornings. And the next one, I think, is Ether Revolt cards. Commanders. Alright. Let's see if we can win a match tonight. This is our last chance to win a match. The league was really bad. The deck's not good. Alright. 2/1 flyer attacks each turn. A Trova Scalper. Sure. Well, what do we get for 3? Mind Melder can't be blocked. Exiles a card from their hand. Alright. Well, 2/2 can't be blocked isn't the worst. Ooh, all Zedru April Fool's Commander Clash sounds pretty sweet. Whirlpool Warrior, just a 2/2. Shuffling your hand around doesn't really matter. Does the next Commander Clash have a Tomer Fails sound effect? I'm not sure because Tomer's the one that edits Commander Clash. So if there's a Tomer Fails sound effect, it'll be because he put it in there. Ooh, Serum Raker. Alright, we're getting evasive threats, which are good. And this says when it dies, each player discards a card. And it gets to eat this Sculper. Ooh, Ancient Spider shuts down our flyers. 2/5 First Strike in reach. Waste is usable. I don't have any in my deck, but you can play Waste. And it could be worth considering. The number of colorless Matters cards are super low, which is why I tend not to play them. But I think you could play them if you wanted to. I wouldn't play more than maybe 1 or 2. The 4-color Revolt list was... Well, it was an instant deck tech, but it was originally from a small Japanese tournament. Guild Feeder. Oh, God. Oh, that's so powerful. Guild Feeder is actually really insane. We need a black creature, or an artifact creature. When it attacks and isn't blocked, defending player loses a life for each card in their graveyard. Alright. Jampon Polluter can take care of that. Whoo, that's good. Keep getting in with our unblockable creature. Yeah, the problem is all the creatures. Well, I guess it's still good because you kill all your opponent's creatures. So yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Opponent has a lot of big-butted creatures now, thanks to the Elsworn. Ooh, Birthing Hulk. Okay. Not super relevant. The only way we're getting in damage is this unblockable thing. But at least we got that Guilt Feeder blocked. That's the only thing that's keeping us alive. This Gem Pound Polluter is so key. No, we were We were 05 with 5-color Revolt. About as bad as you could go. Come on, 8 drops. Bogart and Hellkite. Does that even... I guess it kills this Vigilance thing and pings our opponent for one. Alright, that's good. Keep getting in with our unblockable Eldrazi. This is Momir Basic. So basically, once a turn, your deck is 100% lands. Once a turn, you can pay X, discard a card, which is always a land, and you get a random creature of that converted mana cost. So the basic strategy is you usually want to get to making 8 drops, which is where we are now, because 8 drops are the most consistently powerful drops. Just kidding. There's a dragon that we got to sack next turn. But generally speaking, 8 drops are the best. Until you get up to some higher converted mana costs. So we could crack the spawns for a 10-drop. The problem is 10 drops are kind of inconsistent. There's a couple of good ones, and then there's some that are way worse than the 8 drops. I will not Momir for 0 next turn. You win the bet. Alright. Towering Baloth. Our 8 drops have not been very good. But this little Eldrazi, Mind Melter, is really getting there. Progenitus is a good one. I'll make a 10 drop next turn for the chat. Our opponent made the 0 drop and scooped it up. Oh man. A man of the people, or woman of the people, Wintermaster, made the 0 drop for the chat, got punished, and immediately scooped. Well done, Wintermaster. Alright, we'll keep. There's an island for our opponent, and passes. Well, let's play a swamp, pass the turn. The 0 drop was Phyrexian something that died. Ooh, Kami of Ancient Law, 2/2. Can kill an enchantment creature if one of those happens to come up. Not impossible, but unlikely. Goblin Glider. Alright. 24 turns of attacking with the Goblin Glider. When it enters the battlefield, exchange control of target. Oh, oh, we got an island now. I do not want an island. If there's one thing that I don't want in Momir, it's an island. You did miss 4-color Revolt, or 4-color Revolt, but you didn't miss much. It was pretty questionable. Yeah, we gotta skip this drop, I think, and get in for 1. You missed it, but we went 0-5. The deck was was not very good. It was fun at least, sometimes. We ultimated Tamio, which was sweet. New Against the Odds comes out tomorrow, featuring a Ether Revolt card. One of my favorite Against the Odds Ether Revolt cards. It's going to be pretty sweet. The League was revolting. Ooh, alright. Opponent gets a 5/5 flyer, we get a 4/4 black horror. That 5/5 flyer is pretty big. Well, since we already got an island, doesn't really matter what lands we play. Can't be blocked by blue creatures. Alright, let's pass the turn. So we want to get up to an 8-drop, which means if you're on the play, you got to skip 2 drops to get to 8 drops. You want to get to at least 8 drops, let's say. So usually skipping 1 drop is correct. And then I usually make a 2-drop because that's where you get the best mana creatures. And then skip 3-drop and make a 4-drop is usually my technique if I'm on the play. Sometimes I change it up, but generally speaking, that's how I manage it. Well, we got to start getting in damage because we're just going to lose to these flyers. We don't have any flying blockers. Really? Okay. Well, we will kill the flyer. Well, Against the Odds decks don't usually spike. Oh, Free Jam Regent. Good God. Well, yikes. We can't block. We need a flyer like this turn. Preferably a big one. Guile is sweet, but I think we're dead. Good game, good game. That's 5/9 in the air. We're at 9 life. Goblin Glider can't block. Guile does not have flying, so Winter Master, good game, good game. Thanks for playing. Oh man, so 6-0. Just kidding. 0-6. We pulled off the 0-6. 0-5 through our league. 0-1 in Momir. Oh, oh, it's. Oh, I don't know if anyone's done that before. Not only a record for our stream, but might be the least successful record of any Magic stream ever. Oh, well, everyone, I think that wraps it up for tonight. So, important reminder, on Thursday, the stream is early. It's at 2 Eastern time. Because I'm playing Mrs. Mulligan in some Frontier matches, so make sure to check that out. If you are not around for the stream, make sure to check out the MTG Goldfish replay YouTube, where you can find all the highlights and stuff. So I know the time change makes it a little bit weird, but that was the best time to do it. So check out the replay YouTube if you miss it and you are interested in the Frontier stream. Of course, the real YouTube, there's a super sweet, super special episode of Against the Odds coming out tomorrow, featuring a brand new Ether Revolt card, and it's pretty awesome. I'm really excited for it, so check that out as well. And of course, the merch page, if you're looking for another way to support the channel and the site, that's a good way to do it. T-shirts, tokens, playmats, signed tokens, new playmats, sleeves and deck boxes, all that stuff. So anyway, everyone, I think that's going to do it for tonight. So remember, 2 on Thursday is the next stream. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the subs. Sorry you didn't win more. Hopefully it was still fun. I still had fun playing it, even though our record wasn't ideal. But anyway, have a great couple days, everyone. Check out the site in between, and I will talk to you soon.